Well, hi there, boys and girls, and welcome to the mostly weekly adventure that we call the Trippy Food live stream. It's another grab bag today, so no themes. It's the Prince of Darkness, Doodle himself. Hi, Doodle. We'll bring you up here later. He wants an early snack. A little too, a hair or something there. That's a little too early, Doodle. But he's kind of needy right now. He wants to be pet a bunch. Looks like we got 3 people in the room, but I don't see anybody in the chat yet. We still have time. I need you guys to let me know up front early. How's the video? How's the audio? We are using a new webcam that we got because I was borrowing the last one. So I just want to make sure that that's working properly. And the audio's okay, the video's okay. So let me know. For some reason, I'm not seeing anybody in the chat. Now, usually people, oh, it went down. It was 4, now it's 1. So right now, I don't know if any, Jared's out there. Hello, Jared. Welcome back. Good to see you. How's the audio? How's the video? Everything sound okay? Oh, I see what happened. So it looks like there were 4 people in the room. They came in, they checked the thumbs up, and then they left. So that's fine too. Hey, Tom is in the room. Early this time, Tom. Welcome. Tom, are you doing a live stream this afternoon? Let us know. Because Tom usually does his live stream on Old Guy in Colorado. He usually does his live stream 2 hours after we end. So we end at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So he's doing his live stream at 5 p.m. Pacific time, which is 6 p.m. Mountain time. So, okay, and Tom is doing a live stream today. So make sure you check that out. Also, be sure to check out his channel. You know, it's important that that we kind of visit other people's channels and support them. So, you know, subscribe, give them a thumbs up on their videos. It's important. So, hey, Janice is in the room. Welcome, Janice. Good to see you. Keeping her streak going of not having missed a single live stream, even when I just do them, you know, arbitrarily on a Thursday afternoon or some crazy thing like that. So Janice has not missed one yet. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna. I mean, I think the Earth will stop rotating if she does actually miss one. We had a regular grab bag today. We have, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 snacks and 2 beverages, which we'll cover once we get a few more people in the room. We'll wait another 10 or 15 minutes. We'll see. See if we can get some more people in the room. Last week, it seemed like maybe we didn't get a lot of people in the room because there was the World Series going on, and we all know how that ended. You know, whether you were a Houston fan or a Atlanta fan, sorry or congratulations is in order, but no more World Series. So so maybe we'll get more people in today. Out of curiosity, is there anything else going on today? I know it's not the Super Bowl, but I mean, are there basketball games going on today? Football games, anything like that? Anything I should know about? Hey, John is in the room. Welcome, John. Welcome back, John. Hope all is well for you. Hope you're doing better or well. I don't know how it ended. Think Atlanta won. I didn't watch any of it, but I think I saw something that Atlanta won. And then somebody was accusing Houston of cheating. I don't know what that means. I don't know what they did to get them accused of cheating, but apparently they were accused of cheating. But they lost anyway, so I guess does it really make a difference? Hey, first Saturday off, so hey, all right, Drew, welcome. Glad you could join us for the whole stream. So that's nice. Doodle is over here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give Doodle a snack right off the bat, just because he's all jumping up and down and everything. He knows when he hears my voice, he knows when I'm talking to you out there, that it means that I have food and I have snacks. And so he wants food and snacks too, and I don't necessarily blame him. But we got to pace him. So here you go, Doodle. And then later on, you know, when we get more people in, and well, he's gone. We will reintroduce him as the Prince of Darkness, obviously without his Halloween costume. So, hey, did everybody have a great Halloween or Day of the Dead, if that's what you celebrate as well? Definitely 2 different things, but right back to back. So we did a couple of Trippy food episodes. We did a Halloween episode from Salem, Massachusetts, and we did a Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, at Julie's ofrenda, which is altar. that she sets up for Day of the Dead. So I don't know if you guys saw those. What did you think of those? Did you enjoy the Salem episode? Because we kind of did a lot of stuff in Salem. We just went all over the place. We get no TV here, and I don't watch sports. So yeah, same here. I don't have TV. I think we had like Netflix, or we get like we have the internet connected to our TV, so we get Netflix and Amazon and stuff like that. But we don't have regular channels or anything. So, and we're not big sports fans. Well, I take that back. If Colombia is in the World Cup, it's pretty hot and happening over here. But in general, I mean, I don't really follow sports that much. I think the thing about the World Series that people were, so I live in LA, and I was visiting Boston when the playoffs were happening, and everybody was kind of hoping it was going to be a Dodgers versus the Red Sox thing, so both, people, family and stuff like that in both places were all excited about the possibility of the Dodgers playing the Red Sox. They both lost, and so as soon as they both lost, everybody lost interest. Nobody in LA cared anymore. Nobody in Boston cared anymore. And so, but it was kind of a big deal while we were up there that people were watching see what the Sox were going to do. Dude, you just had a snack. You can't have another one right now, okay? So just hang, chill, and we'll get you one in a bit. Let's see. Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything. But we had a lot of the regulars in here, and Jared, who's not a regular, but comes in from time to time, and he's joining us. So that's nice. The only sports I'm into is tasting food. Drew, do you do competitive eating? Because I always considered that kind of like a sport. The competitive eating is a sport. I can't do that. I can do hot stuff, but I can only do limited hot stuff. So like I've watched. I think there was a series, if I'm not mistaken, it was on Netflix called I think it was called We Are the Champions, and it was narrated by Rainn Wilson, and basically they took these oddball sports. And so like one of them was it's somewhere in England where they rolled cheese down a hill, and everybody has to chase the cheese down the hill. And the first person to get down on the hill to grab the cheese wins. I think they win the cheese. I'm not sure. But one of them was a hot pepper eating competition. And the people who entered the competition were under the impression that the hottest one was going to be the Carolina Reaper. And so they're eating all kinds of peppers, and then it's going to go up, and then they get to the Carolina Reaper, and they eat that. But I can't remember the guy's name who he's a famous pepper grower, and he's the one that grew the Pepper X. And so he had developed 6 peppers, I think it was 5 or 6 peppers that were hotter than the Carolina Reaper. And so the people in this competition had to, after they ate the Carolina Reaper, then they had like 5 or 6 more to go that were progressively hotter than the Carolina Reaper. They're not commercially available peppers. So these people had to endure this. Now, typically when people do a hot pepper eating competition like that, afterwards they purge. And the reason they purge is because once that stuff goes down into your system and into your gut, it causes a nightmare of pain in your intestines. And so they typically will throw up before it gets down there. And some of the people in the competition, because they waited so long, because the competition went on so long with some hotter peppers, they couldn't do that, and they were like in agony and pain. So and I understand what that's like. I understand what that pain is like. So for me, doing hot spicy competition, I'm a rung below Carolina Reaper. I can't even do I tried doing Carolina Reaper and it wrecked me. So I'm not going to do that anymore. As far as doing volume competitions go, I'm not good at it at all. Maybe in my younger days I would have been, but it just doesn't. I just can't hold that much that quickly anymore. So so the only other one is like the gross out stuff, like insects or animal parts, things like that. And then I do that pretty well. So whether people just like gross out and stop. But that's about the only competitive eating that I can do. And again, I do consider competitive eating sport. I mean, the Nathan's hot dog eating contest every 4th of July, that's a competitive sport. Yeah, people like Kobayashi and Joey Chestnut, Matt Stoney. They're like the big wigs, the big stars of competitive eating and everything. And it would be kind of boring to watch me try to do competitive eating and everything. So I just don't do it. But that's just me. That's my story. I like your Salem and Dia de los Muertos episodes. Well, thank you, Janice. Uh, when you lose alone. It was like, what did they say? Second place is the first loser, is there something like that, something along those lines? So yeah, something like that. In Beirut, there is Camel's Milk ice cream. You know what? I'm willing to bet there's places here that do Camel's Milk ice cream. And it's easy enough to do because you're just making ice cream, you're substituting cow's milk or cream, I think it is that they use, with camel's milk. And I know that there's a camel farm ranch in San Diego or near San Diego where they raise camels specifically for milk. I'm guessing they're probably going to be, they probably have made camel's milk ice cream. It's worth checking out. Mean Metal Mike. I will check that out. By the way, welcome to the room. Val, guess what I am drinking? I'm guessing it's a beer because you kind of gravitate towards beers. You like to change things up every once in a while. For a while, you were doing a course banquet all the time, but then you changed it up a little bit. I'm going to guess that and I think you did Mickey's last week or the week before, which is Mickey's is one of the, what do they call it? Like a malt beverage, a malt liquor, like OE or Schlitz malt liquor, things along those lines. So I'm gonna guess you're drinking an OE, Old English. So that's my guess. Let me know if I'm right or not. And yes, John. Oh, okay. You guys are on top of that. So Dubai makes some delicious camel milk chocolates too. Ooh, that's strange. I wouldn't, because I have not had camel's milk. I have had goat's milk. I have had sheep's milk. I have had what else? I had horse milk. Believe it or not, fermented horse milk, which is something they drink in Mongolia. Have had that. Most of the other milks have more of a sour taste, so I'm just wondering how that translates to chocolate. But favorite Stones album, Exiles on Main Street. Of course, Exiles on Main Street. It's like the pinnacle of their career. That's it. Exiles on Main Street. Guess what I'm drinking? I'm gonna guess you are drinking a water glass filled with Patron Silver. That's my guess, Mike. Let me know. King Cobra. Okay, I was close. I'm drinking a Big Wave by Kona. I believe that's what it was. Big Wave by Kona. Is that a coffee drink? Because Kona is like, I always think Kona, I think coffee, Kona coffee. But Oasis Camel Dairy and Ramona milks their camels to make camel milk soaps, lotions, lip balms. They are not allowed to sell the camel milk for consumption because it is not homogenized. Well, they could homogenize it, right? I mean, couldn't they? I think. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask my friend Anshu. My friend Anshu would know, who has camel milk and who has. He doesn't have a camel, so I don't think he has camel's milk. But Yingling Hershey's Porter. Oh, that sounds good. I've seen that actually. I should maybe do that, but unfortunately they only came in 6-packs and they wouldn't let me buy a single. The thing I don't mind, like if I think it's going to be really good, I don't mind buying a 6-pack. But the problem is, like if I bring it home and I drink it and I'm like, it's just okay, then I got to drink the other 5 or pour them down the sink, and to me that's kind of a waste. So so for me, I don't like to buy 6-packs. My beer, and I like beer. I will drink wine occasionally. I like tequilas. I like whiskey every once in a while. The good ones. But I'm mostly a beer drinker, and I'm limited to like one beer a week. Not for any health reasons or moral reasons or anything like that. Just basically, I mean, beer is not you'll never find my refrigerator full of beer. It's just like every week I'll go out, I'll get a beer, and usually on a Saturday night I'll have a beer. Back when we were doing the Trippy Food live streams, and we were alternating between soft drinks and beers on the nights or the days when we were doing the soft drink ones, then I would have a beer at night. So for me, it's a beer a week. I usually go out, try to find something I haven't tried before, something different, something interesting, and try that. Be back in 5. Okay, got a quick challenge to video. Wow, it's got to be quick if you're going to be back in 5. Do it with Matt for the porter. Is Matt going to do that? Yeah, I don't know. Like Matt seems to do mostly like seltzers. Like the hard seltzers and stuff like that. I don't really see him drinking a lot of beers. Maybe Matt doesn't like beer. I don't know. If he. but I don't think I've ever drank a beer with Matt. That's kind of weird. Big Wave is a golden ale that tastes pineapple-y. Well, you know, it's from Hawaii. I'm guessing Big Wave, Kona. I'm guessing it's from Hawaii. Anyways, we're at 1:15. We have a decent amount of people in the room. That little number just jumped to 8. I don't know what that little number means. I don't know if it means that there's 8 people in the chat. I don't mean that there's 8. It means that there's 8 people watching. I don't know if it means that there are 8 subscribers that are logged in that are watching. I have no idea what that little number means. Maybe there's a way to find out. I'll figure it out at some point in time. Pineapple schnapps. Wow, that's interesting. Pineapple schnapps. That's worth a try. Hey, Bob is in the room. REA Junior Music. I've not seen you in a few weeks. Good to see you back, old friend. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to catch up when I went back. Bob's native to Massachusetts, like me, sort of. And unfortunately, we did not get a chance to catch up when I was back in Boston. But Bob, I should be back after the first of the year, back up in Boston, and we'll definitely we'll schedule something. We'll put it on the calendar and make sure that it happens. I have 2 40s. You're gonna drink 2 40s? Wow. Okay, 2 40s of malt liquor. All right. It's gonna be a rough night, I think. I don't imagine Matt liking porter or stout style beers. I don't think he likes any beers. Honestly, I've never seen him drink a beer. Well, I take that back. We did a Trippy Food episode where we were doing beer tasting. He did that. But I don't remember him enjoying. I don't think he enjoys beers. I don't think he likes beers. I think that's hey, El Marijuano 209. Let's just say 209. Hey, good to see you again. I've not seen you in a while. Lots of work in October. This is a rare weekend off in the world of hospitality. It is. Well, you know, there's a lot going on in October. You know, October's like, you got the fall, you got Halloween, you got all that fun stuff. So enjoy your time off, Bob, and I'm glad you can join us. I'm eating Maryland blue crabs and homemade apple pie dumplings. Oh my God, that sounds awesome. I haven't had a blue crab in a while. How are you eating? Are you doing the soft shell ones? The soft shell ones are great, like in a sandwich. And then you can have like crab cakes. Crab cakes are good. So or you know, just like I said, steamed with Old Bay seasoning. Just crack them open, put them on butcher paper, crack them open on the table. That's always fun too. So what method of eating Maryland blue crabs are you doing today, Mike? We are at 1:17 p.m. We are probably good to get going. We have enough people in the room. I think we have enough people in the room. We have a busy chat. So let's go ahead and cover our snacks and our beverages, and we'll get started. So I don't know that there's we'll just kind of go. So the first one is going to be, the brand is Undercover. It is from the Undercover Chocolate Company of East Hanover, New Jersey. And these are chocolate quinoa crisps. It's dark chocolate and blueberry quinoa crisps. It says discover the perfect snack. I don't know what they mean by perfect. Somehow the eating grains of quinoa doesn't sound like the perfect snack, but it looked unusual enough to have on the show. So up at the top, what do they say? They say it's gluten-free. It is certified nut-free. I wish I was. It is 100% cocoa. So the chocolate is chocolate. 120 calories per serving, 8 grams of sugar per serving, non-GMO, project verified. It is kosher, and what else? I guess that's about it. It is not vegan. I think they would have put vegan on there. It is woman-owned. It is, let's see. Now there's a lot of stickers on there. Anyways, we're going to do that one. Number 2, which hopefully does not taste like number 2. This looked really interesting. This is, I'm going to pronounce this CHO. I don't know if that's correct or not. CHO. That's how I would pronounce it. CHO. And this is toasted cornflake, creamy milk chocolate with crunchy cornflakes. And CHO is from CHO Ventures. They are located in Berkeley, California. Nothing interesting. It has sea salt in it. Oh, that's some. I mean, just regular ingredients: cacao beans, cane sugar, whole milk, cocoa butter, cornflakes, cornmeal, honey, sea salt. Yeah, all good stuff. So that looks like it'll be pretty good. These look really interesting, and I know this is probably like boring, regular stuff for some people, but I'm not really familiar with the whole Warheads litany. So we are going to try it says new look, not new product, just new look. So if somebody out there can tell me how different is that look. We are going to do Warhead Worms. Warhead is from Impact Confections of Janesville, Wisconsin. And these are sour and chewy, sweet and fruity. Let's see. Lemon cherry, blue raspberry orange. Oh, they're combined. Lemon cherry, blue raspberry orange, and green apple lemon. Natural and artificial flavors. So gummy worms, Warheads, sour. Ought to be interesting. By the way, if you watched, I'm trying to remember if it was, I don't think it was our Halloween live stream because we were here. It's the live stream that we did just prior to Halloween. So 2 weeks ago, the live stream, the one we did in Massachusetts. And at the end of it, we got the Mountain Dew. What was it? Mountain Dew. I can't remember what it was. It was the mystery flavor, Mountain Dew. And so we looked it up. We couldn't find what the mystery flavor was because they hadn't announced it yet. But we tried it on the show, and I think I came up with grape. I can't remember what Julie came up with. I think she said strawberry or something along those lines. So apparently, Mountain Dew has announced what their mystery flavor was, and it was in fact fruit chews. That's what they said, fruit chews. They were not specific to say Starbucks. They just said fruit chews. So that was the mystery flavor. So maybe we were right and maybe we were wrong and maybe it's a combination of the two things. I don't know. But anyways, that's what it is. Or unless I just blew it for anybody out there that's doing that and wants it to be a surprise. So we'll just pretend I didn't say anything. Let's see. Maryland blue crabs are only native to the Chesapeake Bay. They are, correct. You're absolutely correct, Mike. Although you can, if you are lucky, you can find them imported. For instance, there is a Asian grocery here called Hawaii Supermarket, and every once in a while they have live blue crab that they import in, which is kind of a cool thing to be able to get those there. But have not had them in a while. Steamed. Oh, okay, that's the way to eat them. That's the John, there's a couple of terms that you use on a regular basis. One is dollar, and the other is mosca. Now, they mean different things, and you use them in different contexts and everything. So it's really difficult to tell what you mean by that. So when you say mosca, mosca is the Spanish word for fly. Like a house fly. So is that what you're talking about? A cake made from a house flies? A fly cake? Or is there something? Am I missing something? And there actually is something called a mosca cake. Or are you just having fun? So let me know. Hey, Sonic Jet is in the room. Welcome, Sonic. Looks like your East Coast tour is over. Good to back. Good old California. Well, old California, anyways. Well, not as old as Boston, but yes, I am back. All right, back to our snacks. This one looked interesting. So I just found this at our Ralph's, which is our local Kroger store, but it was an interesting flavor of Doritos. It was sweet, spicy chili. So it sounds almost like it has like Thai flavors to it. Sweet, spicy chili looked really interesting. Maybe this has been out for a long time. Maybe everybody's familiar with this and everything, but I have never tried this. It looked really interesting and I thought I would pick this up. Doritos, of course, is from Frito-Lay in Plano, Texas. Val, did you visit Lancaster, PA yet? No, I've not been to Pennsylvania in a while, but it's not far from Boston, and I plan on making other trips to Boston, so maybe a side trip to Pennsylvania is in order. I don't usually. It's not like I usually plan a trip specifically for Trippy food. It's that usually I plan doing Trippy food stuff around a trip for something else. So it's either to visit family or work, travel, something along those lines. Every once in a while, it's just kind of like going on vacation, maybe like once a year or every 2 years or something, go on a vacation and do stuff there. But in general, it's like it's not like the channel pays me a lot of money and I can use that money to go traveling all over the place and everything. And plus, I'd have to take time off for work. So, well, fortunately, last year I didn't have to worry about that. But yeah, so some of the stuff just has to kind of wait until I get close to the area or near the area or whatever. Dorito Chili is new. I didn't think so, but it's okay. I like their nacho flavors though. Okay, well, we'll give it a shot. We'll see what it tastes like. And John is saying mosca again without explaining it. Shady Maple Smorgasbord is a must review. And in Lancaster, yeah. All right. Any suggestions you have, and this goes for everybody. Any suggestions you have, throw them out there, and we will add them to our list. I have a long-running list of places to go all over the place. Not even in this country, just like all over the place. I was home watching TV and eating my lunch. I had a Ralph's deli sandwich and potato salad. I was watching the Travel Channel. Sweden foods and culture also looks nice. Funny that you're watching a show on Sweden foods, eating your Ralph's deli sandwich. By the way, how is the Ralph's deli sandwich? Do they make them on to order, or are they already made and you just pick them up there? I mean, they sell some decent, some decent lunch meats. I think they have like boar's head and some other stuff. It wasn't at Ralph's, but it was at Fred Meyer, which is the Kroger store in Portland, Oregon. And I saw that they actually had Taylor pork roll or Taylor ham. Depends on what part of New Jersey you're from. They had it up there. So, every once in a while, they're surprising and they come up with different stuff. Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmern. Oh, okay. I wasn't on that show, but I was on A Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmern. It was good. Yes, it was fresh. I was waiting for my sandwich to. I thought that was Doodle. It's a tripod. It was fresh. Waiting for my sandwich to be made. That sounds decent. No cards today. You don't want me to read cards today? Or are you asking, are there no cards today? Because we haven't actually started in. I'm just kind of going over stuff. Let me know which. Hey, welcome back, Tom. Hey, Tybalt is in the room. Hope the day's going well. So far, so good. But we'll see. What did you miss? No, just we went on some random, we got sidetracked and we started talking about travel and food and stuff. But so whatever you missed, you can watch on the playback. So that's always a fun thing. It's always going to be called pork roll. Taylor is the company's name. Well, yes, and welcome DTA Posse to the room. Yes and no. So when it was first made, it was called Taylor ham. They had to change the name because they said it didn't meet the requirements of it being ham. But some places in New Jersey still actually call it ham. Yes, if you look at the label, it says Taylor pork roll. But people in New Jersey, depending on whether you're North or South Jersey, will call it either pork roll or Taylor ham. So, it's one of 6 of one, 8 of another. Suicide 6 Wings Challenge. Where is that, Mike? Where is that? Where is the 6 Wings Challenge? Is that also in Pennsylvania? In Lancaster? It's a huge debate in Jersey. Yes, DTA Posse, you're 100% correct. It is a huge debate. It has probably ended in death several times, being that big a debate. And I made the mistake occasionally of calling it Taylor ham and then having the Taylor pork roll people attack me and then calling it Taylor pork roll and then other people, the Taylor ham people, attack me. But, what are you going to do? You just call it something and live with it. Visit the Pennsylvania State Railroad Museum. I love trains. That should be fun. Have you had IKEA Swedish meatballs? Sonic, we did 2 episodes of the Sonic we did 2 episodes. One was actually sitting in the restaurant at IKEA eating the Swedish meatballs, and the other one was, I think we did one with the plant meatballs or some of the other meatballs that they had as well. It tasted kind of gamey, but it was fresh. I wish it was like IKEA got in trouble. I can't remember where it was. One of the European countries. They got in trouble because they were serving meatballs that had horse meat in it. They were in trouble for selling meatballs with horse meat in it because that's legal. They got in trouble for not telling people there was horse meat in it. So North Jersey is Taylor ham, Central, South is pork roll. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. How do you please everybody, DTA Posse? You can't, and so sometimes you just got to go with what you got to go with. In Sweden, they eat venison, lamb, fish, and lots of beef too, chicken also. Yeah, I'm not surprised. That sounds about right. Blood has been shed. What's a famous sour-tasting German dish from the 1800s? What is that dish? Sauerbraten. Isn't Sauerbraten a sour-tasting German dish from the 1800s? Mike, I think. Okay, let's see. We aren't finished. So we have, I think, one snack left that we did not cover, and that is the Shibuya. Shibuya. I think I'm pronouncing that right. The Shibuya Group sweet potato sticks sesame seed product of Japan. So they're sweet potato sticks, not French fries, but they're like, you ever have a can of French's potato sticks? I think they're like that, but they're made with sweet potato and they have sesame seeds on them. So Shibuya Group is from Shibuya Foods. They like to build themselves as the #1 sweet potato snack manufacturer in Japan, and they are from Kochi, Japan. So we're going to try those. And we have our two beverages. So let's start with our non-alcoholic beverage. This is Manhattan Specials Espresso Premium Coffee Soda. Now, if you're sensing a theme, because last week we also did a coffee soda. Well, it had some coffee flavor in it. This is just coffee soda, just plain coffee soda. Sounds like it'd be easy enough to do. Sounds like you could take iced coffee and put it through a soda stream and make a coffee soda. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. But it seems like you could do this. Anyways, this is Manhattan Special Espresso Premium Coffee Soda. Manhattan Special, the company is in Brooklyn, New York. And I know what you're saying is that Brooklyn is not Manhattan, but it's on the street that it's on is called Manhattan Avenue or something along those lines. That's what I call it, Manhattan soda. But they have been making this soda since 1895. I mean, not this particular bottle, but they've been making the coffee soda since 1895. So looking forward to that. It's, one of your old school things like Moxie. So looking forward to that. Sour Braten is beef. Well, you said, what is a famous sour-tasting German dish from the 1800s, but it didn't specify what it was made of. Sauerkraut is not a German dish, per se. Sausage and sauerkraut sandwich. Oh, this is fun. Everybody's kind of like, I guess. UK, McDonald's in UK got a burger. It was a kangaroo meat because they were labeled 100% beef. Yeah, I think also Burger King in one of the European countries did the same thing, but it was a horse meat as well. Sonic Jet is correct. Sauerkraut. Sauerkraut is only from the 1800s? That's surprising. I would have thought sauerkraut was a lot older than that, but it's interesting. German bratwurst, sauerkraut, coleslaw, potatoes, au gratin, Danish pastries, and Guinness beer sounds. Oh my God, that does sound good. That sounds like that's an episode right there. That is oh my God, that sounds good. That sounds delicious. All right, and now our alcoholic beverage or our Trippy Food beer for Trippy Food Beer Night, which is Schneider Weisse. Schneider Weisse is the company from Germany. Schneider Weisse, hefe-weizen. This is 5.4% ABV. And it is from G. Schneider and Son, H-S-O-H-N. I don't know, maybe that's German for son. G. Schneider and Son, Kelheim, Germany, since 1872. And Kelheim, Germany is in Bavaria, so it is a Bavarian beer. Well, that looks interesting, so we're going to try that too. So we covered all that. We're at 1:30. We're half an hour in. It's a good time to get started. Everybody ready? Are we ready to get started? Let's get ready to get started. So let's see. We got 5 snacks. We got 2 beverages. Let's open our non-alcoholic beverage first, then go through maybe 2 or 3 snacks, then open up our beer, and then finish up our snacks. What do you think? Sound like a plan? All right, let's do it. Okay, so we're going to open up our non-alcoholic. Okay. I remember to bring in Richard Simmons, and the reason I brought in Richard Simmons is because both of these have bottle caps that I want to save. We are going to start with our Manhattan Special Espresso Premium Coffee Soda, but first, a card. Somebody said no cards, but I don't know if they meant, are you not going to read cards or do not read cards? I don't know. Nobody specified that. So we're going to go ahead and read cards. I wish I haven't seen the Cassandra in a while. The Cassandra was like really big into the cards and everything, but that's okay. So we are going to read a card before we start. So here's a travel question for everybody. Which of these city parks are the largest? Which of these city parks, and these are American city parks, which of these city parks are the largest? Central Park in New York City, Forest Park in Portland, Oregon, or Griffith Park in Los Angeles, California? So we'll let that simmer for a while. We'll put that on the merry-go-round and let that go around a bit, and let's open up our beverage. So again, this is Manhattan Special Espresso Premium Coffee Soda. It says original flavor. I don't know what the later flavors are. Probably not much of a chance of me mistaking it like I did last time, where I opened the beer thinking I was opening the soda and going, why does this taste like beer? Oh, because it's beer. That's all over the place. Was not expecting that. What room is behind you, Val? You talking about this or are you talking about this? So that room there, that's our living room. This is the hallway. That's a closet. On the right side. My right? My right. Yeah, that's the living room. All right, I got to clean this off now. I've got coffee soda all over the place. Knowing me, I'd be licking the desk to get that off, but we're not going to do that. I don't know how it got all fuzzy and everything. It's just been standing upright in the refrigerator for several days. So. The beer beverage mix-up was a moment I've experienced many times. Yeah, well, it's I guess maybe it's funnier when you're doing it live on YouTube. Here we go. Ooh, that is dark and murky. As opposed to the beer, even though it's in a brown bottle, I have a feeling it's not a dark beer. Hefeweizen is like a very pale beer, I think. No smell. That's surprising. No smell. Unless I've lost my sense of smell. I don't think so. Ooh, that's tasty. It doesn't have a strong coffee taste, and it's almost as if the sugar is stronger than the coffee taste. It's dark, right? Like a strong coffee, but it almost tastes like a weak coffee. It doesn't taste like a strong coffee. Maybe they add carbonated water to the coffee. I don't know exactly how that works, but like I said, it's not a strong coffee taste. So the thing is, if you don't like coffee, if you're not a big fan of coffee, but occasionally you can drink coffee, like if you drink Dunkin' Donuts coffee, which doesn't taste like coffee, it tastes like coffee flavored water or coffee flavored drink, then you might like this because it's just a hint of coffee. It's like a coffee candy coffee flavor. It's good. That's going to get a thumbs up from me. It's a little bit syrupy, and it does almost lend itself to like a Dr. Pepper or a Moxie or one of those kind of medicinal tasting drinks. Just because coffee is like not something you expect to taste in a soda. It's going to get a thumbs up. Hey, Pokey Slide just snuck into the room. Welcome, Pokey Slide. Good to see you again. Don't lick the desk like Chris Reckless. Well, we don't do a lot of things like Chris Reckless, but not because we disagree with Chris Reckless, but you deleted that. That's interesting. But just, that's a different show. That's all. Yes, you are all over the. Anyways, for the soda, thumbs up. Really good. Maybe not the best coffee soda I've had, but really good. So it's going to get a thumbs up. Let's see. Did I miss anything? No, people are talking. Okay. So our question, let's go back and revisit our question. Our question was, which of these city parks are the largest? Central Park in New York City, Forest Park in Portland, Oregon, or Griffith Park in Los Angeles? We did have a lot of different answers. So let's see. Mean Metal Mike said Central Park. Central Park is huge. Tybalt said Forest Park. Drew Horse said Forest Park. Jared said Central Park. Janice Yamanaka said Griffith Park. Griffith Park is, but the cool thing about Griffith Park, I guess very similar to Central Park, is that there are things to do in that park. So Griffith Observatory is part of Griffith Park. The Greek Theater is part of Griffith Park. There's Ferndale, there's Travel Town. There's a bunch of different things that are part of Griffith Park. So it's kind of like a lot of things to do in Griffith Park. It's pretty big. Let's see, what else did we have? Someone splashed some champagne on race car driver Val. Val was a race car driver. Nope, that's a different song. Let's see. I think, was that it? I think that, Sonic said Griffith Park. Yeah, so the correct answer is in fact, well, let me read them for you and how many acres are in the park. Now, the smallest, believe it or not, the smallest is Central Park. Central Park in New York City is 843 acres. So that's the smallest. The second smallest at 4,217 acres, Griffith Park in Los Angeles, California, and ringing in at 5,157 acres, Forest Park in Portland, Oregon. Now, why it doesn't seem like it's so large is because Central Park it's a big rectangle, right? Griffith Park is it's kind of like this big kind of area that's carved out, right? But Forest Park kind of goes like this, right? And then it goes off to the side and stuff. There's like miles and miles and miles of hiking trails through there and everything. So the thing that's weird is when you're actually in Forest Park, you lose track of the fact that you're actually in a major city. So you forget you're in Portland because you're just in the middle of the woods. You're not hearing sounds from the city and everything. It's this wooded area, very, very thick with trees. It's not a park like the other two where they have like places where you can play ball and big fields and stuff like that. It's not like that. It's mostly wooded with hiking trails that go through the woods. So the largest city park in the United States is in fact Forest Park in Portland, Oregon. So I don't know that I would have guessed that if I didn't know the answer to that. I don't know that I would have guessed that, but when I lived in Portland, we used to do hiking through there all the time, and it's just absolutely stunning and beautiful. One of the fun things on one of the trails is a place called Witch's Castle, and it is just the remains of this building. So there's no roof, there's no insides, and there's no outside. So it looks like maybe at some point in time there was wood on it, but now it's just the outside walls and the floors and the stairs, right? And so people think of like, well, it's called the witch's house. Was, did a witch live here? Or, what was this? This really old building? Did it catch fire? Blah, 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 yada, 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 yada. No, actually, it was built in the 1930s as a part of the Works Progress Administration, and it was a restroom. It was a public bathroom. That's what it was. It was a public bathroom. And but now it's just shrouded in mystery because there's just walls and floors, and people go, ooh. It's a public restroom, but it's a fun thing to come across in the middle of hiking. What did I miss? Where people are just talking about coffee. Okay, so time for our first snack. Let's see. I'm going to start with the mild flavor stuff and work our way up. So I think we're going to start with the CHO toasted cornflake. So let's find another card and ask another question. And here's a good question. What dish has a disputed origin between Matt's Bar and the 5-8 Club? Again, the question, what dish has a disputed origin between Matt's Bar and the 5-8 Club? So we're going to put that on the bar, let that sit there for a little bit, and we're going to open up our snack. So again, it's the CHO toasted cornflake, creamy milk chocolate with crunchy cornflakes. Actually, sounds good. I like cornflakes every once in a while. Haven't had them in years, but I do like cornflakes. You could save this. See, it's still nice. You could use it as wrapping paper, but we're going to throw it in the trash. Okay, here we go. Very nicely and neatly wrapped, but also wrapped. Like, I'm afraid to break that. It's just so nice, so neatly wrapped. But, what the hell. Now, how many of you have had quinoa, in some shape or form? There, it says CHO on it, so Let's break off that small piece. There we go. I'm expecting this to be crunchy. The chocolate's pretty good. It's not like vomity Hershey chocolate. And the quinoa is not bad. It's just like toasted quinoa. So there's a crunch to it, but it doesn't feel like you're eating a mouthful of bird seeds, which can happen with quinoa. There's a little bit of sourness to the chocolate, so I'm guessing it's like a milk chocolate. That's pretty good. I think it would taste better with a dark chocolate. That's just me, but it's pretty good. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. Maybe not an enthusiastic thumbs up. It's okay. I'm not getting the whole experience of cornflakes though, and I was kind of really hoping that there would be like big chunks of cornflakes and we get that that feeling of cornflakes, but not so much. Wait, I was mistaken. I was talking about quinoa. There's no quinoa in here. It's just the cornflakes. The quinoa is in these guys. But still, the quinoa, I mean the cornflakes, just really like it's like they took a rolling pin to the cornflakes and it's just basically like not a powder, but you know, like breadcrumbs, like the consistency of breadcrumbs. And so you don't really get that sugary corn flavor from that. That's kind of missing, which is why I couldn't determine whether it was that or quinoa. So yeah, again, thumbs up. Maybe not enthusiastic thumbs up. Maybe, you know, trending down a little bit and everything. It's okay. Don't know if I'd have it again. It's a nice snack. It's okay. It's not vomity chocolate and everything. So yeah, that's going to be thumbs up, slightly in the middle. Have you ever been to Silver Lake Falls outside of Salem? Yes. They call that, I think they call that 10 Falls Trail. They call it 10 Falls Trail because there are 10 waterfalls. I think there's actually more than 10 falls, but they say that there's 10. So they call it 10 Falls Trail. And there are a couple of waterfalls that you can actually go behind. You can actually walk behind the trail. So it's like, I think it's a 5-mile hike. But you just pass these water. Some of them you're on top of the waterfall. Some of them you're next to the waterfall. And like some of them, like I said, you actually walk behind the waterfall on it. So it's actually pretty cool. But I think they call it 10 Fall Trails, but you're right. Silver Lake Falls. It is near, what is it near? We did that Mount Angel Oktoberfest episode where we were doing sausages and beer, and it's near there. But yeah, it's sort of between Salem and Portland. It's closer to Salem than Portland. So it's maybe an hour out of Portland and everything. But yeah, it's a great hike and a great way to spend the day. And it's absolutely stunning and beautiful, especially when the sun's out, because, you know, in the waterfalls, you get the rainbows and stuff like that. So yeah, Tybalt, I know exactly what you're talking about. And it is a lot of fun. It's a really cool place to visit. Knott's has salad with quinoa. So they just sprinkle the quinoa in the salad? Like, how is the quinoa in the salad? Because quinoa is like a birdseed kind of thing. As long as we're on the whole quinoa thing, we'll keep with that theme, and we'll try the quinoa snacks second. Let's see. Okay, question. Our question was, what dish had a disputed origin between Matt's Bar and the 5-8 Club? And the answers were, let's see, Kumquat Heights Park. Oh, were those still answers to the other large park question? He never did get that checker your flag. Yeah, Drew caught it. Drew caught that song. Let's see. Have you ridden the tram in Portland, Oregon? Yeah, absolutely. The one that goes up to the hospital, the university hospital. Yeah, it is. It's a great view. Actually, the view, if you want a great view of Portland, a better view is if you go up to Pittock Mansion, Tybalt. Go up to Pittock Mansion. The view of the city from Pittock Mansion is a lot, you know, it's just this really, really beautiful view of the city from up there. So that's always nice too. You can drive up or you can hike the trails. The trails actually will take you up to Pittock Mansion. I only guess Forest Park because it said to claim that there's a forest in your park, if not a huge park. Yeah, well, like I said, it kind of winds it. But if there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a sprinkling for the May Queen. American continent never had castles. That's not true per se. When you say American continent, I assume you mean North America, and that's not true. They have built castles, but not a lot of them. So usually some wealthy person has built castles. As a matter of fact, if you're in Boston, there is the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, and the museum is actually a Venetian castle that was shipped to the United States brick by brick and built in Boston's Back Bay. There's also, I think, it depends on what city you go to, but there, like I said, in the 1800s, people just wanted to show off their wealth, rich Americans, and some of them actually did build castles. But it's not as widespread as it is in in Europe. But yeah, there are castles here, but far and few in between. We did not answer the question. The question was, what dish has a disputed origin between Matt's Bar and the 5-8 Club? Let's see. Janice Yamanaka said Juicy Lucy. Mean Metal Mike said the Juicy Lucy Burger. Let's see. That was it. Those are the only answers. And the correct answer is the Juicy Lucy burger. For those who have not had a Juicy Lucy, I mean, it is not, well, the Juicy Lucy was created in the 1950s in South Minneapolis, Minnesota. The question is, which establishment created it? We don't know. We won't know. We probably won't know. It's sort of like who created the French dip sandwich? Was it Cole's or was it Philippe's out here? Felipe's out here. Nobody knows. I'm going with the French guy though. So the a Juicy Lucy, for those who have not had it, is a burger that is stuffed with cheese. So the cheese is inside the burger, so that when you bite into it or cut into it or something, all that cheese, just melted cheese, just oozes out. Not a lot of people make them because you have to make sure that A, it doesn't explode if the cheese expands, and B, that it cooks well on the inside. Like you might have to like do the burger well done just to make sure that the cheese melts. But they are no longer the only place that have it. A lot of places have a Juicy Lucy. I don't know if there's some sort of limitation as to who can actually call it a Juicy Lucy, but you know, they're out there and you should be able to find them. Val, do you believe the whole Stairway to Heaven being played backwards is a real thing? I do not believe it is a real thing. I think there are some backwards messages in songs that were put there on purpose to be played backwards, but they're mostly done as jokes. And the reason I say this is because I personally have experienced in a band that I was in with a song that I wrote with the guitarist from the band. When we went up to the practice space where we were using it, we had an 8-track recorder, a 4-track recorder. He had played it backwards, and he goes, "There's a satanic messages in here, and we have to change the lyrics to the song." And I go, like, I wrote the song. I didn't put any backwards mass messages in it. I didn't sing anything backwards. There's no satanic messages in that song, and we're not changing it. But you know, some people hear what they hear. You know, I mean, look at the Creedence Clearwater Revival song. It doesn't say there's a bathroom on the right. It says there's a bad moon on the rise. So sometimes you're going to hear what you're going to hear, and sometimes singers that do not have clean, concise diction can contribute to people, you know, wondering what the hell they're saying. So you need to come to Colorado and see Bishop's Castle, built by one man and his family. You can Google it. Yeah, exactly, Tom. That's my point. Is that there are castles around the U.S. and Canada. There's not a lot of them, but there are. What is the one that's made out of? Oh, Coral Castle. Coral Castle in Florida is made out of coral. A castle made out of coral, but it's a castle per se. It's not that big, and there's no roof on it, and it's only like one story. But you know, still they call it a castle. Do you have a favorite hike in Oregon? No, I mean those were like I like to go up to. I can't remember what the name of the back road is. That if you're going out by the Columbia Gorge, so like leaving Portland, there's that trail of waterfalls. It's that not Highway 84, but that small road that goes behind that. And if you walk from waterfall to waterfall on that road, that's a nice hiking trail as well. So I like that. I like the hikes in Forest Park. Those are nice, and the 10 Falls. Those are all nice. It's funny, typo. You're asking if I ever heard of Coral Castle in Florida, and I think we just mentioned that. Yeah, the story is interesting. The story is that story is almost the same as the story of Watts Towers. Watts Towers, which was called the Towers of Simon Rogia, because he's the guy that built it. He was an Italian immigrant that built that. I think it was 1925 or so. But it's one of those lovelorn things, like my girlfriend left me. I'm distraught. I have nothing to do. I'm going to build a castle out of coral, or I'm going to build some towers out of rebar and found objects. So it's the same kind of story behind that. Hey Ari, live near Casa Loma in Toronto. Oh wow. Well, welcome. I think you're representing Canada today. We have a lot of Canadians that typically come on, but I think you're representing today. So so beauty. Welcome. Oh, Canada. All right, back to our thing. We answered the card. Put that back in the deck, and let's go on to our next snack. And our next snack is going to be the Undercover chocolate quinoa crisps with dark chocolate and blueberries. Actually sounds good. Well, let's see what kind of blueberries there are. Are they chewy blueberries? Are they dry blueberries? Are they fresh blueberries? We don't know, but we're going to find out. So let's read a card. And the question is, why do potato chips have the same name as French fries in the UK? Again, the question, why do potato chips, which are American, like this, not corn chips, not tortilla chips, potato chips, why do potato chips have the same name as French fries do in the UK, right? So in the UK, they call potato chips crisps, and they call French fries chips, right? So why do potato chips have the same name as French fries in the UK, which are called chips? That's the question. I'm putting it over here under the heat lamps next to the haddock, fried haddock, and we're going to open up our Undercover chocolate quinoa crisps, dark chocolate, and blueberries. Look at this, Mike with his trivia questions. Put them out there if you got them. That's a weird thing to open. It smells kind of sour smell. I don't know why that would be. There's nothing sour in here, I hope. There they are. Almost like a weird rice cake with birdseed in it. There is a slightly sour. Oh, there's the blueberries. I was expecting the blueberries to have that dried blueberry taste, but they're almost like raisiny. Raisiny, is that a real word? They're really crunchy. Can you guys hear that? I'm wondering if that sourness is from the chocolate. It's dark chocolate, so it's like bittersweet. Maybe that's what it is. It's like a bitterness from the chocolate. It's blended really well, so it's not like it's coated. It's like it's all blended together. Ever made haystacks with chocolate and those the fried chow mein noodles? Kind of like that. They're not that crunchy, Tybo. Those are pretty good. You don't get a lot of blueberries in a single bite, but you do get some, and when you do get it, it's a really nice flavor to come in. It's going to get a thumbs up. Those are actually pretty good. So where am I putting my empties? Let's put stuff over here and make room. Make some room for stuff. Yeah, that's a thumbs up. Those are really, really good. All right, our question is, why do potato chips have the same name as French fries in the UK? Let's see, do we even have any answers? Tom says they're both fried with kumquat oil. Tom, you were the only answer. So I'm going to say you are correct. 100 points, Tom, for you. You are correct. They are both fried with kumquat oil. That's not the real answer, but you're the only one that answered. So take that 100 points, because the potatoes talk when they are boiled. No, you're thinking of lobsters. Because you don't boil, well, actually, I take that back. I was going to say you don't boil chips when you make you don't boil potatoes when you make chips. You might parboil them, blanch them, or twice fry them the way you do with French fries if you want to make French fries the right way. I think we had Tom and I had this discussion on Tom's, if you watch one of Tom's recent episodes where he tried In-N-Out for the first time. And I always thought that In-N-Out just don't make their fries right, because now he says he saw them actually putting in water. They typically don't do that at In-N-Out. They typically take them and then cut them and then throw them right in the oil, which is a no-no. You either have to blanch them or twice fry them, because otherwise they're starchy and pasty. So it sounds like maybe, Tom, somebody's not following the rules, and in which case you got lucky. Nobody answered your question. Who invented angel food cake? Yeah, well, nobody answered my question either, Mean Metal Mike, so don't feel so bad. Who invented angel food cake? I'm going to say Lucifer, he invented devil's food cake. That's right. Who invented angel food cake? I don't know. I know it's been around for years, so I couldn't tell you a person, and I don't have time to look that up. But thank you, Janice. Angel food cake was invented by the African slaves in the U.S. I'll bet that's right. Janice wrote it. I'm willing to bet that's right. So the question was, why do potato chips have the same name as French fries in the UK? Tom answered the question, maybe incorrectly, maybe not. It doesn't matter. He's the only one that answered. He gets the full 100 points. The correct answer is it's because they were created in 1853. Potato chips were created in 1853 by George Crumb at Moon Lake Lodge Resort in Sarasota Springs, New York. And the way he created them was he shaved down French fries. So they were actually made from chips, which were French fries. He shaved them down to where they were really, really thin. And the story is that one of the guests at the hotel told him that he wanted his French fries to be crispy. And so he sent him out the French fries. And the guy said, not crispy enough. So the chef goes, okay, let me cut these in half. Let me cut them in half and try that. So cut them in half and send them back out. And the guy says, not crispy enough. Now, if it was me, it was my restaurant, I would have kicked the guy out. But the chef was determined. And so finally he says, well, I'm just going to shave these so thin that he can't complain about it. And when he shaved them so thin and he sent them out there, the guy loved them. He goes, these are absolutely perfect. I love these. I love these. And so the chef actually realized he was onto something, and he created potato chips. So that's why potato chips have the same name as French fries do in the UK, which are called chips, and not crisps, which is what they call potato chips in the UK. There, I think, does that help? Or have I confused you even more? It was great as long as you eat it with the first 5 minutes of getting it. If it's cold, it is not good. Well, I mean, it depends on whether you're talking about the French fries or the burgers. I've never liked their French fries. The burgers aren't bad. The problem is that you don't get enough meat. So if somebody says, oh, well, you have to order a double-double. Well, anytime you have to order 2 patties because you're not getting enough meat, it's questionable, right? So I think their beef patty, it's fresh meat, which is good. I think the patties are 3 ounces each. 3 ounces. So they say they'll cook them in order. Now, to order. Now, some of them will not. I've been to some of the In-N-Outs where I say, hey, can you make that medium rare? And they say, no, can't. Can only give it to you medium or medium well. But I have gone to some of them where I said, can I get it medium rare? And they go, yeah, sure. So here's the problem. It's a 3-ounce patty. Now, you figure that 3 ounces is spread out over the sides of a hamburger patty. And so the problem is, if you want that medium rare, they're going to slap it on the grill. They're going to cook that side. They're going to flip it over. They're going to cook that side. It's already cooked all the way through. It's already medium, at least medium all the way through, because that patty is so thin that it cooks all the way through. You can't get medium rare, or forget rare, but you can't get medium rare only because just the act of slapping it on the grill, waiting a second, or turning it over, it's already cooked all the way through. So that's part of the problem. But again, they do use fresh meat, so the meat is actually good because you don't get a lot of it. And anybody who tells you that you have to order the fries animal style for it to be good means that you have to cover them with stuff to hide the fact that they're not good French fries. The other one is somebody said, oh, you have to get them well done. If you get them well done, what you end up with is burnt, starchy fries. So to me, that's my thing. I know that some people in Southern California live by In-N-Out, and they go, you're crazy. They're the best fries ever. Like, maybe have some other fries. I mean, honestly, and people are going to laugh at this, I think McDonald's French fries are better than In-N-Out's French fries. That's just me. Maybe go buy the burger at In-N-Out, because it's a really good burger for the price point. They're not really expensive, all right? So it's a really good burger for the price point, but they have crappy fries. So get your burger at In-N-Out, go over to McDonald's and get your French fries. Bam, done. Everybody's happy, or at least I am. Alrighty, so that was it. That was our French fry question. Let's see, we got 3 snacks left. We got savory and salty and sour. So let's open up the beer first. So we're going to open the beer, and then we're going to do the other 3 snacks. So again, our beer is Schneider Weisse from Bavaria. They've been around for a long time. This is a 5.4 ABV, which is not strong, not a lot. There's a signature on there, and it's from tap number 7. I don't know if that's important or not, but that's what it says. All right, so don't eat McDonald's on your board. I still get French fries. Yeah, exactly. It's worth stopping at McDonald's just if you're going to get the French fries. Everything else is crap. Everything else is disgusting. It's terrible. But the French fries are actually pretty good. They I don't know what it is, but they do the French fries right. Part of what it is, they used to fry the French fries in beef fat. A long time ago. Used to fry, actually not that long ago, maybe into the 1970s. They used to fry the French fries in beef fat. And what happened is they started saying, well, you know what? I think we need to make these healthier. So I think we're going to fry them in vegetable oil from now on. So they started frying them in vegetable oil. And then the public says, what the hell did you do to the French fries? They taste completely different. What did you do to the French fries? So McDonald's, in their infinite wisdom, said, oh, well, we need to fix this because people like the old flavor of the French fries when we were frying them in beef fat. We need to fix this. So what did they do? They brought back the beef fat to fry the French fries. And no, they didn't. They added artificial beef flavoring to the French fries. So those French fries had the artificial beef flavoring that would have been present in the beef fat. And that's why they taste so good, because they have the artificial beef flavoring. They're also flash fried. They're also coated with sugar so that they brown better. It's probably the worst French fries in the world for you, but they taste so good. So that's just me. I like In-N-Out fries, but they have to be eaten warm. I just don't like their fries. I've tried them different ways, and I just don't like them. But that's okay. Speaking of McDonald's, the Mcrib is back. That's too bad. Yeah, I did that once. We did a Trippy Food episode of the Mcrib. Did it once. Not going to do it again. I forgot I do have a soft spot for Bacon McDouble every once in a great while. The thing about McDonald's is I don't know if it's because of the franchises or something, but it's kind of a crapshoot. Like sometimes you'll get like these 2 wimpy ass little kind of sad strips of bacon in there. Sometimes they put a decent amount of bacon on there and they're crispy and fresh, but you can't count on it. All right, another question, and we're going to open up our beer. So our question is, this one, I have a feeling this one's going to be easy. The question is, in what national park is the world's largest supervolcano? Again, the question, in what national park is the world's largest supervolcano? So let's put, that's hot. That's hot. I'm going to put that over there, and we're going to open up our beer, our Schneider Weisse. Yeah, das ist gut. Yeah, das ist gut. Tom, any answer from you that does not contain the word kumquat will be considered wrong. Oh, look, it says Tap 07. Smells like a beer. I mean, it's, beer smell. I almost forgot. It's Mini Doodle. It's Mini Doodle. Wait, hang on a second. I don't know if you can see that. He lights up. Mini Doodle. Wrapped in bandages, like disguised as a mummy for Halloween. Mini Doodle. We just thought that was cute. Here we go. Julie is not here to rate my port. Julie is with family in Florida right now at, I think they were at Epcot Center, if I'm not mistaken. I saw some pictures today. I think they were at Epcot Center. Too bad she's not here. That's a good pour too. And this is in the beer tornado glass, which usually makes that head magnify. See, there's that beer tornado happening. I better drink some of this before the head grows, before mine does. It's funny because you get stronger smell of the beer in the bottle. Outside of the bottle, it's not as strong. It's not really nice smell. It's really mellow. Maybe because it has a light alcohol content. Maybe that's what it is. I can't say that it's a lager taste. It's completely different. So, it is a hefe-weizen, which is different. Bottle fermented, natural taste, unfiltered. Do they usually filter beers? Let's see. Original wheat beer from Bavaria's oldest wheat beer brewery, carefully selected ingredients, skilled fermentation. You know, it says carefully selected ingredients, but it doesn't say what those ingredients are. Imported by Win It 2, Incorporated, Middleton, Massachusetts. It's really good. It's very, very light. And I don't mean light like light beer. I mean, it's light. It's very light tasting. Yeah, it's very subtle and very light. I'm wondering if they even put hops in it, because it doesn't have that that bitter taste that hops usually give a beer. Wow. Yeah, like I said, really, really light. It's like even lighter than like a lager. That's really good. That's a thumbs up. German beer this week. Thumbs up. Let's go back to our card. So the question was, in what national park is the world's largest supervolcano? So the answers were, I want to get back to Mean Metal Mike's question afterwards too, though. Let's see. The first question, let's see. Janice Yamanaka said Yellowstone. Tom, old guy in Colorado, said Yellowstone. Tybalt said Yellowstone. Jared said Yellowstone. Then changed it to Yellow Quat Park. Thank you, Tom. I think that was it. That was it. And you were all correct. It is, in fact, Yellowstone Park. So Yellowstone Park, if that blows, we're screwed. If the supervolcano that is underneath Yellowstone Park blows, we are all screwed. All of us. Everywhere in the country, everyone is screwed if that blows. But it is the world's largest supervolcano, and it's not even dormant. It's like if you're in Yellowstone, you can see pools where sulfuric pools of bubbling up and stuff. Old Faithful is a direct result of of the volcanic activity happening underneath the ground and everything. So it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. So yeah, good times. And then we have the Cascadia subduction to worry about as well. So good times. So everybody give yourselves 10 points. Tom, give yourself 20 points for the Yellow Quat Park suggestion as well. Good. I wish more restaurants sold waffle fries. I don't know how hard are they to make. So if you're in a restaurant and you're making, I think you have to have a special machine that and when I say machine, I mean like some sort of slicer, special kind of slicer that makes those, because basically you're making grooved cuts in this direction, and then you're making on the other side, making groove cuts in the opposite direction to make those fries. And I don't know, I can't imagine it's a manual process. It would take weeks to do that. So I imagine there's some sort of slicer that will do that. But that maybe that's the thing, Drew, is maybe that it's just too much work. And maybe like anybody who's going to a restaurant supply for those fries, maybe there's just a limited amount of waffle fries for that. The last time I was in a restaurant that had waffle fries, they were actually foie gras waffle fries. This was in Penny Diner. I think it was called Penny Diner in Portland, Oregon. They're not there anymore, but Nickel Diner in Portland. No, Penny, Nickel, Penny. Tybalt, help me out here. They've been closed for years, but there was a place. I think it was on 10th or 11th. Sort of downtown, and I think it was called the Penny Diner, if I'm not mistaken. Tybalt, help me out with this one. Let's see. Waffle fries are the pinnacle of fried potatoes. Yeah, well, like I said, I think they're a lot of work. What's the cascade thing you just mentioned? The Cascadia subduction. So people in California for decades, maybe even longer, have argued about the big one. The big one being the San Andreas Fault. So the San Andreas Fault, if you look at a map of the West Coast, you can actually see where the San Andreas Fault starts. So where you have Baja California coming down here, and then you have the rest of Mexico coming down here, that little inlet right there, that's where the San Andreas Fault starts. So just follow that upwards. I'm not sure how far up it goes. a lot of people are saying, like, if the San Andreas Fault just went, it was the big one, that eventually Nevada would be waterfront property. That's not correct. So for that to happen, you'd have to have it do this. It's not going to do that. Or you'd have to have it sink, and it's not going to do that either. The way the San Andreas Fault works is it goes like this, right? So what's going to eventually happen is, and we're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years, eventually Los Angeles will be next to San Francisco, right? Like that. They can actually measure how fast the land is actually moving. So the islands off the coast of California, what's the big Catalina Island? It moves at like an inch. I think it's an inch a year. It's actually moving an inch a year this way. So so when that goes, it's going to cause some damage, but it's not going to be as bad as the Cascadia subduction. Now, the way the Cascadia subduction works, Cascadia subduction runs off the coast, and it runs from around Vancouver, BC, down to Northern California, right? And so what it does is the way the subduction works is when that goes, it's going to go like this. It's going to work its way underneath the plate, and it's going to force the land upwards like this. So just imagine almost the whole West Coast is going to be forced upwards like that. It's going to be mayhem. It's going to be massive destruction. Seattle, Portland. I don't think it goes down to as far as San Francisco. But Eureka, all the cities on or near the coast are going to be devastated. It's going to be massive. And then they have Mount Hood to worry about too, because Mount Hood is a volcano. Mount Hood in the Portland area is a volcano, and that could go anytime too. So they have that going for them too. So that's kind of that's the Cascade subduction tie vault. The quat isn't a suggestion; it's a way of life. You're absolutely right. I am so disappointed that you couldn't find kumquats when you came down here, because it's funny, because I think maybe it was a couple weeks before you were here. I actually found them at Sprouts, but then I have to admit that the last time I went into Sprouts, they didn't have them. So I don't think it's seasonal. I think it's iffy. Sometimes they have them, sometimes they don't. Let's see. I think we covered everything. All right, thumbs up on the beer. So let's go into our snack. I'm going to go with the more mild to the stronger taste one. So we'll start with our sweet potato snacks, then work our way into Doritos, and we're going to do our Airheads last. So next we're going to try from the Shibuya Group. From the Shibuya Group, obviously Marines. The sweet potato sticks sesame seed product from Japan, which means I was going to give Doodle a snack, but he's just chilling right there. I don't want to bother him. So if he gets up and he wants a snack, I will introduce him to everybody and I will give him a snack. But right now, he's just really chill. Okay, our question is, wow, that's crazy. Thanks for the it was really interesting. Going to look more into it. I like learning about things like that. Tybalt, if you are in the Portland, Oregon area, I strongly suggest that you get a kit together. Get some fresh water. Get some canned goods. Make sure you keep a can over handy, and not one that's electric or battery powered. Like a hand one. Keep lots of water and everything, and keep that handy, because you could need it. So, okay, our question is: what is the only diamond producing site in the world where the public can search for diamonds in their original volcanic source? Again, the question: what is the only diamond producing site in the world where the public can search for diamonds in their original volcanic source? So we're going to put that in our display case. Make sure we polish that up really nice. And we're going to open up our sweet potato sticks. Are you guys familiar with the French's potato sticks? Have you had the French's potato sticks? The thing I'll always remember about the French's potato sticks is that when I first moved to Massachusetts, when I was a kid, 6 years old, moved to Massachusetts, that was the first thing we ate. We had a can of the French's potato sticks, and we ate them out of the can. That was our first meal coming to Massachusetts when I was 6 years old, was French's potato sticks. I haven't had them in a while. I think, so in Colombia, they take potato sticks. There's a bunch of different brands and everything. I don't think they have to be French's necessarily, but they put them in tomato soup. And if you think about it, it's a really good combination. they'll sprinkle these, but like I said, the regular potato sticks. They'll sprinkle them in tomato soup. If you have not tried that, I suggest you try it. It's really, really good. I don't know why, but for some unusual reason, snacks from Asia in bags are packed so securely that you need scissors to open them. I don't know why that is. Nice smell. They smell like French fries. I'm not getting a sesame smell, but I have to be honest with you. I couldn't tell you what a sesame smell is. Oh, there we go. Covered with, it looks like black sesame seeds. What the hell? All right. These say sweet potato sticks. I assumed, no, I am correct, that they're made from sweet potatoes. But to be honest with you, they taste like they're coated with honey. There's like a I don't want to say a shell, but there's like a coating on there that tastes like honey. Now maybe they do sprinkle them with honey so that the sesame seeds stick to it. Ingredients: sweet potato, sugar. I think this is sugar water. Maybe that's what it is. Sugar, rapeseed oil, palm oil, rice oil, black sesame seed, oligosaccharide. That doesn't sound good. And salt. Not a lot of ingredients. These are odd. These are odd because they're sweet. Now, I know they're made from sweet potatoes, but they're sweeter than sweet potatoes because they're coated with sugar. So that throws you off right off the bat. I mean, have you ever eaten potato chips coated with sugar or honey or anything like that? It really throws you off. The sesame seed's a nice taste. That adds a nice taste to it. And again, it doesn't really, like, I think sweet potatoes, I think of like eating sweet potatoes at Thanksgiving time. That taste of sweet potato is not really strong. Well, these are an odd little snack. They're really, really sweet. I can't see eating a lot. I think you can see that kind of sugar glaze on there. See, find that sweet spot. There's like a sugar glaze on that. I don't know if you guys can see that. Shiny. Really weird. Now, you guys know weird isn't a bad thing. We are called trippy food after all. I'm going to give that a thumbs up. I'm also going to say that I can't eat a lot of these just because of how exceptionally sweet they are. But they're really unusual. I can't say that I've had anything that tasted like that before, but they're really good. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up and just eat them sparingly. Let's see, what did I miss? Let's see, Mount St. Helens. No, well, actually, all right. So funny you mentioned that, John, is that Mount St. Helens has blown. The top of the volcano is missing, but the caldera is filling back up. It's filling back up. So it is still actively venting, Mount St. Helens. So it could actually blow a second time. Mount St. Helens could actually go a second time. So it is venting, and the center and the core is filling back up again. So kind of weird on that. Let's see. Went to the store after we got an alert the water was contaminated. It was like something of a horror movie. People were running around. The shelves were totally empty. Yeah. I guess you could filter your own, I suppose. But Greg is in the house. It has been a while. Greg Wells. Greg, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe you're from Australia. Is that correct? Are you from? Are you Greg Wells from Australia? Is that correct? But I have not seen you in the room for a while. So actually, welcome back. Everybody else, welcome back. Greg Wells, everybody. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Oh, the trips in the room. Hey, which trips do we have here today? Do we have all three trips or just one trip? Which trip do we have? And Eli is in the room. Welcome, Eli. I think Eli, we started seeing you again last one. It was the last one or so. So yeah, we got people coming in. All right, cool, excellent. More of that coffee soda. And let's read our question. So our question was, what is the, no, that was the last one. What is the only diamond producing site in the world? I have to pretend like I'm reading off the card. What is the only diamond producing site in the world where the public can search for diamonds in their original volcanic source? Janice Yamanaka says, Crater of Diamond State Park in Arkansas. Tom, old guy in Colorado, says, Crater of Diamond State Park in Kumquasis. Tom, you were actually correct. It is actually in Kumquasis. They just changed the name of Arkansas to Kumquasis because it's not Kumquasa, it's Kumquasas. They changed it just recently. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah, officially changed the name of the state to Kumquasis. So you are absolutely correct, Tom. Janice, you have to give 100 of your points to Tom, because he's actually correct. It is the Crater of Diamonds State Park in Kumquasis. So yeah, it's ever since, I think it used to be on private property, then it was sold, then the state bought it, and now it's a state park. And the rule is finders keepers. If you find a diamond on the ground, you are welcome to walk away with it. And some people still to this day are finding decent sized diamonds at Crater of Diamond State Park. So a lot of fun, worth a try. Created from a volcano, since we're on the subject of volcanoes. Let's see. Oh, Steve. Hey, welcome, Steve. Have not seen you in the chat for a while, but you are always welcome. All right. So one thing occurs to me that we did not do is we had our beverages. So we had our beer and we had our non-alcoholic beverage, but we didn't do that horrific thing that we do on this channel because we don't know any better. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. I'm not going to do a lot of it just because, you know, I think it's really a crime against nature. So we have a little bit of the Manhattan Special Espresso Premium Coffee Soda, and we have a little bit of the Schneider Weisse German hefe-weizen Ale. Cheers. What do they say instead of cheers in Germany? I did see that Tybalt because he was like pawing the side of the chair. He's like wandering around down here. We will bring him up here in a second. I might be crazy, but this isn't bad. Come here, dude. Come here. I think the reason that it's not bad is that beer is very light, and the coffee soda is very light on the coffee flavor, and so they don't clash. They really don't. I would not mix those together on a regular basis. But I'm going to give that a thumbs up. That's actually pretty good. I don't know why that's pretty good. I can't explain why it's pretty good, but it is pretty good, actually. So, we have the Prince of Darkness, Doodle. Doodle, look. Doodle, say hi to everybody. Doodle, say hi. Look, everybody's out there. See? Look, out here. Out here. Doodle, over here. No, Doodle, over here. You want to say hi to everybody? You want to wave? Show off your new nails? Had his nails done yesterday. You want to say hi, Doodle? No? He's licking his mouth. He just wants some food. All right, dude. Here we go. I will give you a snack. You're a good dog. If I get snacks, you get snacks. There you go. And off he goes. Off like a bride's nightie. There he goes. All right, fine. What I miss while I was busy doodling here. Everybody saying hi to Greg Wells. Oh, salute. Salute is what you say in Germany? Salute? Interesting. Okay. You don't say cheers, I don't think. Let's see. Okay, we're talking about doodle, 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 doodle. Okay. We're caught up. So let us open up our next snack, which means we read a card. So we're going to go next. We are going to do our Doritos Sweet and Spicy Chili. And again, these have probably been around for a long time, and probably a lot of you out there have already had them. I have not. I just found it interesting. Sweet and spicy chili. Thought it would have kind of like a Thai taste to it, but we'll see. I mean, as much of a Thai taste as a tortilla chip can have, I suppose. It's November and still 90 here. Yeah, it's warm. I did not have the fan going because lately it's been in like the 70s. It's been really comfortable. But but it's starting to feel a little warm and stuffy in here. We have another half hour left. I think we can deal with it. I don't think we have to turn anything on. That's fine. Prost. Thank you, Tom. That sounds correct. I think you are correct. Tom, I think it is Prost. I think you're right. Hey, Panama Red in the room. Another one who we have not seen in a while. Welcome back, Panama Red. Good to see you again. I think they say Prost in Germany. Yep, Janice, Tom beat you to it. Like those Dorito chips, but I can't eat a lot of them. Well, we'll find out why in a second. So, question. Our question is, and the question is, not the password, the question. The question is, what dish was allegedly invented in New York City in 1896 by Li Hongzhen? Again, the question, what dish was allegedly invented in New York City in 1896 by Li Hongzhen? All right, that goes over there, just over there. I'm going to actually turn the AC on low. Let me know if it gets too loud. We got noise cancellation stuff going on here, so hopefully it won't be too loud. But let me know if that gets too loud. I'll put the fan on or something else like that. What year? 1896, Greg. And we're going to open up our Doritos Spicy Sweet Chili. Now there is a promo going on. If you play Call of Duty Vanguard or Call of Duty Warzone, you can unlock dual 2XP, whatever that means. 2XP plus weapon 2XP with every bag. Let's see. Okay, there's codes in the back. I think. Oh, they print the code on the back. And so if any of you play that game, Call of Duty Vanguard, I'll give you my code. I don't know if it only works once or not. We'll find out. So I'll open these from the bottom, just in case. New girlfriend, a new job has taken up a lot of my 2 months. That will happen. Same here. So I think it's been 3 months now that I have found gainful employment, and that does suck up a lot of my day. So plus I'm covering East Coast hours, which means I have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning for my current job. I'm working remotely, but I have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and so that's a time suck for me. Now, would I rather go back to being unemployed, where I had plenty of time during the day to do what I needed to? No, I would not do that. But it's a trade-off, and you got to deal with it. So there you go. They smell like Doritos. They look like Doritos. I was hoping that when it says sweet chili, it would be like that sweet chili sauce that they had for the BTS meal at McDonald's. Those were really good. Although I don't know if I mentioned this before, and like in another recent live stream, I'm not going to do those anymore. Those McDonald's meals or the Burger King meals and everything, because basically they're just taking stuff they already have and just maybe putting some stuff together. But it's stuff they already have. It's just a way of getting you to go out and buy. Oh well, I'm going to get the M&M meal because that's what M&M eats, and it's basically a McDonald's cheeseburger, French fries, and a Diet Coke. I was like, screw that. So we're not going to do those anymore unless there's something really interesting and they come up with something that has not been come out before. So like, if they do like spicy McNuggets, but they're really spicy this time, then maybe we'll do it. But other than that, we're not doing any of those meals anymore. Yeah, Tybalt, try being unemployed for a year. Again, I was able to do a lot of Trippy food stuff in that year. Well, that didn't cost any money. But being unemployed for a year sucks. These don't taste much different than Doritos. I am getting that kind of chili, like not hot chili, but at least the chili flavor from that sweet chili flavor. But they say spicy. It's not spicy. I'm not even white guy spicy. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. And the thing is it's like you kind of say to yourself, man, I wish I had more time to work on the YouTube channel. But at the same time, it's like, I need to pay rent. I need to put food on the table. So it's a trade-off. Hey, so I got the air conditioning going. Is it okay? No, it's not too loud? These things got thumbs in the middle. They do have a little bit of that sweet chili taste to it. There's not enough to make it interesting. I'm still, at the end of the day, I'm still tasting Doritos. So Doritos are just coming through. It's kind of like whatever they normally put on Doritos they put on here too. It's like maybe they should have backed that off a little bit and just gone with the sweet chili. But it's just like, to me, it just tastes like a Dorito that was just like lightly sprayed with some sweet chili. So, you know, it's okay. It's not, it's just okay. I'm in the middle on this one, I think. I'm a little disappointed. It is what it is. AC is not too loud. Thank you, Janice. My favorite, I'm having them for a snack now. Yeah, they're not bad. Spice-wise, they're not spicy at all. I mean, there's that little tingling, but it's not anything that I would consider like, if somebody says, oh, I don't like spicy stuff, I'm like, you can eat that. That's not going to hurt you. So, yeah, thumbs in the middle. I agree with you, Greg. It's kind of like Lay's or Pringles. They almost always disappoint. Very, very few of them have like really delivered. As far as Lay's go, though, the ones from Asia, the Asian Lay's, those are usually pretty good. But the ones they make in the U.S., not so much. And the Pringles are disappointing as well. Have you had the Salsa Verde Doritos? They come in the green bag. I have not, but Tybalt, but now I will have to try those. Let's go back to our question. Our question was, what dish? I have to read off the card, right? What dish was allegedly invented in New York City in 1896 by Li Hongzheng? And the answers were, Janice Yamanaka says chop suey. Greg Wells says spaghetti. He says spaghetti twice because he spelled it wrong the first time. It's okay. Tom says kumquapia. Tybalt says hot dogs. Greg Wells says peanut brittle. That's a wide swath right there of food. That's really interesting. The correct answer was, in fact, Janice Yamanaka was correct for chop suey. The chop suey was invented much the same way that the Caesar salad or nachos were invented. It was basically you had a chef, who I'm going to say an ethnic chef, one that's used to creating particular types of ethnic food, and running out of some stuff, looking for something to put on the menu item, but wanting to be concerned that that the white people that come in will want to eat it. And so that's why, as the story goes, that's why those things were invented. Caesar salad, nachos, because basically, like I said, they had a few different ingredients laying around and everything. It's like, let's see what we can put on this. I think somebody had mentioned that chop suey was there's a Chinese word or Chinese name. I can't remember the name of the Chinese name, but it sounds very similar to that, which means leftovers. So it's like a combination of leftovers put together, and it's kind of what this was. So again, it was a thing of what I would call an ethnic chef who wants to make sure that he can sell food to the white people coming in with limited ingredients and put something together that they would like, and then that's where that came about. So let's see, 10 points to 10 points to everybody. There were some very interesting some very interesting answers to the question. So we're going to leave it at that. Oh, where did my cards go? They're over here. Let's see. What did I miss? Let's see. Doritos, Salsa Verde, kumquapia sounds more like something you need a doctor. There's an ointment for kumquapia. And sure, Tom, you can tell us what that ointment is for kumquapia. Fine Dining is in the room, everybody. Hey, if you have not checked out Fine Dining, they are a relatively new channel, at least new to us. You'll find them on our featured channels, but they do some fun reviews. They are suffering from acute kumquapia, so Tom, let them know what the cure is for that kumquapia. But welcome, Fine Dining. I'm saying the name right now. I did not know that in the abominable Johnny Carson voice. Alrighty, so we have one snack left, which is our Warheads Worms. So before we do that, let us ask the last question. Maybe not the last question. We'll see. We'll decide. That's just how we roll here. The question is, what will be brought to your table if you order chiguiro in South America? Again, the question, what will be brought to your table if you order chiguiro in South America? So that goes on the table next to the menu. And let's open up our Warheads Worms. Does anybody have these? They're not new. They've been around for a while. They're new to me. I don't even remember if I even had the regular Warheads. I don't think so. Or what's the other one? Airheads or something. These are small worms. Usually I was expecting like gummy worms, things that are longer. Also, these are kind of opaque. Usually the gummy worms are kind of translucent. And these look like they're coated. It looks like sugar, but I'm sure I'm going to be unpleasantly surprised. Anyways, here we go. This is showing a guy's head exploding because they're so sour. Tybalt, you don't have to know. You just take a guess. Or you could do what Janice does and look it up. Do you think Janice is a walking font of information? Well, she might be. She is knowledgeable. But she also looks stuff up. The head of Alfredo Garcia. That is funny. These are exceptionally disappointing. I was expecting, like the toxic waste candy, when you put one of those in your mouth, and they warn you only to put one of those in your mouth. That's a head exploding thing. These, they're like as sour as sweet tarts. This makes no sense whatsoever. This guy with his head exploding, this isn't going to make anyone's head explode. All right, so I'm guessing it says lemon cherry. So those are the yellow and red ones. And then there's blue raspberry and orange, which I imagine are the blue and orange ones, and green apple and lemon, which are green and yellow. So let's see. I don't remember what I ate. I just remember it being a little bit sour. This is lemon and cherry. I suppose it tastes like lemon and cherry. Not exceptionally sour, though. This is, it's green. I think that's supposed to be yellow, but it's orange. This is green apple and lemon. By rights, looking at the cover here, I should not be able to eat this many of these. I should be complaining. That's blue. There's our blue raspberry and orange. I guess I'm kind of getting those flavors. Like I said, they're sweet tart sour. I'm going to give that a thumbs down. They're not bad. It's a sweet candy. It's slightly tart. They're not bad. They're not terrible. They're not this, though, right? I mean, this is like, what, warning, be careful. These things will make your head explode. No, they won't. They're really, really tame. So I'm going to give that one a thumbs down. Just because they're disappointing because they don't deliver as advertised. So thumbs down on those. You know, I could eat those all week long. And yeah, not bad at all. So like if anybody ever sees these in the grocery store and thinks, oh, those are too sour, I'm not going to go near them. Go ahead and go near them. They're not bad at all. If you don't like sour, they're still, I mean, they're sweet. They're still not bad. So let's go back to our card. And our question was, what will be brought to your table when you order chiguiro in South America? And the answers were, Janice Yamanaka said capybara. Panama Red said guinea pig. Tybalt said a live duck. I don't know. You don't have to know. That's the fun thing about this. It's just for fun. There's no real points being handed out. We're not keeping track of it. You can't trade them in for prizes. It's just fun. And even Mean Metal Mike is asking questions too. So and he's not giving out points. So a bill, that's funny. Please bring my chiguro. That would be good. A massive mousetrap. The head of Alfredo Garcia, that's funny. Rice and beans, that's a good guess. Yeah, I agree with you, fine dining. Weak warheads are a completely pointless snack. That's why they're getting a thumbs down from me. Let's see. As much as your fun as your head exploding, Trippy, I would want to see that. I'll tell you, the very last Trippy food episode we'll do, or maybe we'll do it on a live stream. My head will explode. I think if I do it as an episode, that YouTube will take it down. So we'll have to do it as a live stream so that everybody sees that, and then they'll take it down immediately. But so on the day when I want my head to explode, we'll do that as a live on the live stream. What? I wanted to cash in my points. How many points do you have, Janice? Have you been keeping track? Because I don't. We fired our accountant, so we don't know how many points everybody has. We don't know. And then last week, people were asking me about merchandise or merch. If anybody was not there or anybody does not remember the question, let me put it out to you because I'm doing some research onto some merchandising. What would you guys want to see from merchandising? What would you be interested in buying? Koozies, coffee mugs, hats, T-shirts. What would you like to see? Julie is in the process of painting a 3D. I can't really call it Tiny Val. We'll call it a Mini Val because he's bigger than that. He's maybe like this is Tiny Val, and Mini Val is about that big. He has a cup of coffee in one hand and a turkey leg in the other hand. So she's in the process of painting that. We'll see what that looks like. I don't want to promise that will be available, only because that means that Julie has to hand paint every one of those. So we'll see. Maybe we'll make it worth her while, but if there's, or maybe there just won't be a big demand on it and it will be manageable. But we'll see. But a lot of interesting answers. The correct answer was, in fact, not a capybara. They were not going to bring a capybara to your table, but capybara is the correct answer. They're going to bring you capybara meat. Now, capybara, for those who don't know, is the world's largest rodent. Rodents of unusual size. I don't really think they exist. Rodents of unusual size. So it is the world's largest rodent. They grow to about 4 feet long. They stand like about as tall as maybe a German Shepherd, maybe a little bit shorter than a German Shepherd. They live in South America. They're semi-aquatic animals. They live along the Amazon River, but they're a food source. And so if you think about it, they take the rib meat or the tenderloin or something. Because they are a sizable animal, it's not like a guinea pig where they bring a guinea pig, you get the whole guinea pig brought to your table. With a capybara, they're just bringing you a slab of meat, a piece of meat maybe about that big. It's usually grilled on an open fire, and it's absolutely delicious. Now, for anybody who says, "Oh my God, they're trapping these poor capybara, out in the wild," they are not doing that. They are farm raised, so they're farm raising them specifically for food. I think if somebody was to put a capybara head on your plate, a lot of people would be taken back by that and not. Now, somebody mentioned pet. Who mentioned that as a pet? Let's see, where was that? Somebody said, I thought they were as pets. They are kept as pets. In the United States, you have to have a special permit to keep them as pets because they require a lot of water. They're semi-aquatic and they need water. So you need to have maybe a swimming pool is acceptable for them to have water, but maybe you have to lower the level so they don't drown. I imagine they're excellent swimmers. They eat aquatic plants. So I think you have to provide a very, very specific environment. But people have adopted them as pets in the United States. I've seen lots of pictures of like one with a little bird sitting on their head or something along those lines. They're very docile, very tame. and sort of make good pets from that standpoint, if you don't mind the fact that you're looking at a 4-foot rat, with a short tail, of course. But again, certainly in Colombia and other parts of South America along the Amazon, they're eaten as food, and they're delicious. They're absolutely delicious. So Janice is absolutely correct. We did do a Trippy food episode with Chiguiro. So if you want to do a search for that in our videos, I think you need to search for Chiguiro or search for capybara. Either one, it's going to bring up the same thing. And don't worry, you're not going to see like hacked up capybara, out on a grill or anything. It's just meat on a plate. So there we go. T-shirts, hats, sweatshirts with either Trippy food on it or Doodle, the Prince of Dogness. That's funny. That's funny. Doodle, the Prince of I hadn't considered that, but why not? Doodle, the Prince of Dogness. We'll put his little crown on it. We'll call him the Prince of Dogness, or maybe like the little Satan antlers or something. I said Doodle repeatedly, and he came running in. So, Janice, I like how you work your point system into kumquats. That's funny. Let's see. We keep your memory alive by sharing gifts of your exploding head for several years after your demise. I'm touched. I mean, really, I'm touched. I've been saving my points for a canoe, a Trippy food canoe. That'd be interesting. Or you mean to buy like green stamps, right, Tom? Tom, you and I are probably the only ones in the room that remember green stamps. Yeah, I think maybe with green stamps you could have actually bought a canoe with green stamps. What are your favorite pepper for hot sauces? Well, it depends. Tabasco just came out with a scorpion pepper hot sauce that's actually pretty good. I like scorpion pepper in hot sauces. My go-to hot sauce, like for a table hot sauce for other foods, is probably the Secret Aardvark sauce, which is made up in Oregon. Let's see, what did I miss here? So t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts with either Trippy food or Doodle. So it would be the Trippy food logo, or this guy, this little guy. 2 capybaras escaped from zoo in Toronto a few years ago. They found them a few weeks later, safe and sound, probably in a pool or a pond or something. Yeah, they're really docile. They don't attack people or anything else like that. Oh, that's what it was. I thought capybara were pets, so it was Tybolt that said that. So yes, they are kept as pets, but not as frequently as dogs or cats or anything else like that. It's not, or even guinea pigs. It's not a frequent thing because they require special care because they're semi-aquatic rodents. No anaconda is one of their favorite meals. You mean the anacondas are one? The capybara is probably one of the anaconda's favorite meals. You're probably right. Let's see. You need a permit for a pet hippo. Not only would you need a permit, they probably will not let you keep a pet hippo because hippos cannot be domesticated and they're dangerous as hell. So, funny story about hippos, especially as it relates to South America, is Escobar. Pablo Escobar, the drug dealer in Colombia, had a menagerie, and in his menagerie he had, I think it was 4 hippos, and so after they killed him, they let some of the animals go, and what some of those animals were those 4 hippos. They let them go into the river, like on his property. The problem is they had no natural enemies, and they multiplied. And so now there is a herd of hippos in South America that there's about 80 in the herd. And the problem is, again, they have no natural enemies, and they are deadly to humans. They're aggressive, and they will kill human beings. And so it has become a problem. So they're not importing them. They're not like sedating them and importing them, maybe to zoos, but certainly not to private owners. And the problem was they were going to kill them and sell their meat. And what happened was there was I'm not sure it was a video or a photograph of one of the Colombian soldiers who had killed a hippo and was standing on top of it, and the animal rights activists just went nuts and said that was unacceptable. So they couldn't kill them anymore. So now the thing is they're trying to neuter them. So they're trying to give them food that will sterilize them, so they will not be able to reproduce, and eventually they'll age out, and the herd will age out and be done. Some of the males are being castrated But it's a nightmare. It's crazy, and again, hippos do not make good pets. They cannot be domesticated, and they are not good for. I was going to say they're not good around kids. They're not good around anybody because they will kill people. So that's have to run. Great video as always. Hey Jared, thanks for joining us again. Good, always good to see you. Greg Wells seconds the doodle on the merchandise, so we will try to do doodle merchandise as well. S&H green stamps. Janice, do you actually remember green stamps though? It's like I know that Tom does because I think we had a discussion about this before. I think when I was a kid, I saved up enough green stamps to get a Tiffany lamp, not a real Tiffany lamp, obviously a fake. It was like painted glass to make it look like stained glass and everything. But yeah, I did. Let's see. Actually had a hard rock hot sauce on my wish list for Amazon for a while now. Panama, where do you live again? Whereabouts do you live again? Because obviously when I lived in Portland, it was really easy to get, but I have seen it in the Kroger grocery stores down here. So Ralph's usually carries the aardvark hot sauce here. So let me know where you live, and I'll see if I can find it locally where you can go pick it up. You don't have to give me your street address, but just let me know what city you live in. Only 2 times I've been bitten by a dog is by that little bundle of joy in your hands. Not Doodle. Doodle did not bite you. Doodle has never bitten anyone. Doodle is mellow in terms of Chihuahua. Chihuahuas are usually high strung. He is really mellow. So he's surprisingly mellow for a Chihuahua. But that's one of the reasons we love him. Oh my God. Fine dining. I forgot. Some people maybe don't know that Pablo Escobar is dead. I didn't realize that. I'm sorry if I spoiled that. So maybe there's a Pablo Escobar series on Netflix or something, and then I just gave the ending away. And they say they are endangered. Are you talking about capybara endangered? Because they're not. Again, because they're farm raised. They're not endangered. For a while though, they were showing up dead. The ones in the wild were showing up dead. There was something going on with them. I don't know if it was a disease or something that was killing them, but I think that was a few years back, and I think that the herd, if you want to call that, has replenished. Janice, I haven't seen Secret Aardvark sauce at World Market, Cost Plus World Market, but I would check there. Doodle assured of him playing poker by himself, or like with all the other dogs, or maybe we'll just work like. We'll put Matt in there, and we'll put me in there or something, and playing poker with Doodle. And Doodle has the winning hand. We'll do that. Let's see, West Palm Beach, Florida. All right, let me look around for that Panama Red and see if I can find someplace around you that might have it. If there's a Kroger store near you, I would check the Kroger store near you. I don't know, I think that Publix is a big chain down there. I don't know if Publix would have it or not, but. On my second 40 val, well, I don't know if that's something to be proud of, John. Pace yourself, man. Pace yourself, brother. If you have a castle in America, having some hippos in your moat might be a good alternative to crocodiles. Yeah, I suppose it would, but then the problem is you have hippos in your moat. So, Doodle is the bomb. Doodle is the bomb. Classic painting of dogs playing pool or poker with Doodle. Yeah, we don't have Kroger, and I don't think Publix carries it. All right, let me do some searching around Panama. We have 2 minutes left, and we didn't do our stupid thing. So we're going to do our stupid thing right now. Let's see. I think let's start with a Dorito. Not that one. That one's good. So we start with a Dorito, and then we will add a chocolate quinoa crisp. Oh, that would be cool. Me, Matt, Doodle, and Ziegler. That would be cool. Don't know if I can officially call it a Trippy food video, Trippy food merch, but close enough. Let's see. Here's our cornflake chocolate from TCHO. A lot of chocolate happening here. Let's see. Warheads Worms. We can put a couple on there because they're lame. We'll just put one on. And our sweet potato sticks. There we go. You think I can get this whole thing in my mouth? I have a pretty big mouth. Let's give it a shot. I'm getting mostly chocolate. Most of the texture I'm getting are from the potato sticks. But there's that rubberiness of the gummy worm. Not sour, just the rubberiness. The Doritos is kind of present, but just subtly. Subtly. I don't know how you pronounce that. It doesn't suck, but I mean, think about it. They're mostly like sweet snacks and stuff. Potatoes, sweet potato sticks, Doritos, chocolate, quinoa, cornflakes, gummy worms. Not really a weird departure or anything like that. The gummy worms are stuck in my teeth. Again, not sour. Those are getting at a thumbs in the middle, trending up, just because it's okay, but it doesn't suck. It's like maybe if somebody made a snack mix with that, you might have a few handfuls of that. It might be okay. So I'm going to say thumbs in the middle, trending up. It's not as bad as some of the ones I've had. It's also not one of those ones that go like, oh my God, that's surprisingly good. So yeah, it is what it is. Hey, Tom is leading for the night. So everyone remember that Tom is doing a live stream at Old Guy in Colorado on YouTube. He will be doing a live stream in 2 hours from now. So 5 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Mountain time. I think you might have to figure that out if you're in another time zone. Like Australia. I don't know what that is, Australian time. Yeah, it is what it is. We did everything. We did a combination of stuff. It was a fun episode. It was nice to see some people that we have not seen in a while. Bob joined us, REA Junior. I'm going to say that wrong. Too much beer. Bob joined us. We had a bunch of people. We had the Trips on. We had a bunch of people that we have not seen in a while. I will ask you again. Again, people like Janice, people like the Trips, people like Fine Dining. They have some great channels. Some of them are starting out. Some of them have been around for a little bit and everything, but they could use your help and your support. So anyone that we put on our list of featured channels, we would not put there if we didn't enjoy their channel ourselves. So if you go to our YouTube channel, down at the bottom, there's a link that says featured channels. Click on that link, and anybody who's in there in the channel, those are generally people here in the chat, people that you talk to on a regular basis that have channels and have some great channels and do some fun stuff, and they could use your support. So my suggestion for you is go out, visit their channels, do a subscribe, make sure you click the little bell, and do a thumbs up on the videos. It's really important because it helps build their channels. You can do it for Trippy Food if you have not done that yet for Trippy Food, and I can't stress it enough that how important that is to help build these channels. And I appreciate all the people, some of the people who've been with us for years on the live stream. So please do that. Please support your YouTubers as we do. Again, another great, well, for me anyways, I hope it was great for you, live stream, and we will try to do another one next Saturday. I will remind you or ask you, because some people, I have some people who like, they IM me or something on Facebook and they say, hey, are you doing a live stream on Saturday? My suggestion to you is, if you're on Twitter, follow us on Twitter. If you are on Facebook, like our Facebook page. And if you do that, most of the time I will put out a notification on Facebook and on Twitter that we are doing a live stream on a certain day or whatever. Also, if you subscribe to us, you will get a notification when we put things. But I have heard from some people who say that they don't always get notification from that. So follow us on Twitter if you get a chance. It's Trippy Food at @Trippy Food. on Facebook. If you go /Trippy Food with 3 O's, that will take you to our Facebook page. Subscribe to those and everything, and then you'll never wonder when we're going to do something, because you'll get instant notifications on all of those. So so that's my suggestion for you. So it is a Saturday afternoon, or Saturday afternoon here, maybe Saturday evening in other places, maybe Sunday morning for some of you. Go out, enjoy your day, enjoy the rest of the day, but be careful out there because it's crazy. So please take care of yourselves. Please take care of others. Be careful, and we'll see you soon. So bye, everybody. Thanks a lot.